Hey, I'm Gary from GottaRollWithIt. 20 years ago, I fell off a motorbike and broke my back. So that left me paralysed from the chest down. So I am a wheelchair user. And for the last 20 years, I've pushed a manual wheelchair. I've played lots of sports like wheelchair basketball at quite a high level. I've hand cycled and I've really lived my life. And as a consequence of that, it means that my joints are now taking a toll. So tomorrow I'm having my first surgery after my accident, and I'm having carpal tunnel surgery. Now, what is generally a routine procedure for most people, for a wheelchair user, it's actually quite daunting, and I've put it off for years now. And for those who don't know, carpal tunnel is a nerve that runs literally from your neck all the way down your arm into your hand, and the symptoms are very much pins and needles, numbness, pain. It's more discomfort. So things like when I'm on a hand cycle, when I'm pushing, when I'm eating, anything I'm using my hands for, typing, my hand goes completely numb. It gets really bad pins and needles. I often get lots of pain, localized pain around my wrist as well. And the longer you put it off, the more permanent the effects can become. So I've decided to bite the bullet and I'm going to be having the surgery. Now, as I say, what is normally a routine procedure for most people, when you are solely reliant on your upper limbs for absolutely everything. I don't just mean pushing my wheelchair. I mean dressing. I mean showering, managing my bowels and my bladder, transferring from my chair to my shower chair to my stair lift onto the sofa and out of my car. Just sitting up and mobilising around the bed. I use my hands and my arms for absolutely everything. So to lose the use of one is going to be quite a change for me. Now, there's lots of people with much higher levels of spinal cord injury than me who live with upper limb deficit on a day-to-day basis. And I'm not taking anything away from those guys. What you do and what you're able to achieve is incredible. But this is going to be a massive change for me. And it's going to mean that I've got to change lots of different aspects of my life, from how I manage my bowels, how I manage my bladder, to even maybe having some care and assistance. Now, I don't know how the surgery is going to go. What they're going to do is they're going to slice open here, and there's a ligament that goes across your palm, which is putting pressure on the nerve that's going through. So all they do is they cut through that ligament and then they sew you back up. Now, they're going to heavily bandage my arm, my hand, and I'm not really going to have much use of this hand. I'm going to ask if they can leave my fingers free, and I'm hoping I'm still going to be able to put some weight through it so I can transfer. If not, the NHS have already provided with a ginormous transfer board, which I'll show you in a second. But I've not used one of those, not used the slide board for 20 years since I was actually in the spinal unit. So this is always going to be a huge learning curve for me, but it's also going to prepare me for what I've got to come in the future. Now, I'm paralysed from the chest down, and that's never going to change unless they come up with a miracle cure. The reality is I will be a wheelchair user for the rest of my life. And as I age, my shoulders, my elbows, my wrists, my back is now starting to collapse. We've got a bit of scoliosis going on. So my circumstances are going to change. I'm not going to be a young, fit athlete for the rest of my life. So this will give me a bit of an insight into what it's going to be like to be a bit more reliant on other people and to have to ask for help. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. You know, living with a disability, you're always going to need help. So I am going to document what happens. I know there's a lot of people out there who are putting off surgeries like carpal tunnel, like shoulder reconstruction, or injections for tennis elbow or golfer's elbow. So I will share my journey, and hopefully if that helps you, then drop us a like, give us a follow. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm very open about my entire disability and my spinal cord injury, so please do ask me anything. Please keep it clean though. You know, I don't want to just send pictures of feet, which I get asked all the time. But yeah, so this will be, I'm gonna say the surgery's first thing in the morning, and I'll update you as things go. Wish me luck.